Okay. I always like take a bite of a snack or drink something before I start one of these videos, and then it counts down and it starts recording, and I'm like, I should probably wait till I'm done before I start the video. Anyways.
Bring that like 2 seconds, man.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's do this problem. It says solve the system by multiplying and adding. So we've been lucky in the sense that up until this point, our problems have been kind of rigged up for us. When we solve by elimination, we find an opposite. But if you look at this, there really isn't an opposite. 2x and 3x, if I add them up, is going to be 5x. So that doesn't eliminate anything, right? 2x and, 10y and negative 5y, when I add those up, that doesn't really eliminate anything. So that's part of the challenge that we have on this new section. So we're going to have to do a little extra work. So in order to do that, I've noticed, what about, is there a potential there? In other words, if I multiply one of the equations by something, can I make an opposite? Yeah, what?
If you multiply the second equation by 2.
Okay, so if I take this second equation and I multiply it by 2, 2 times 3x becomes 6x. 2 times negative 5y becomes negative 10y, right? And then 2 times negative 17 becomes negative 34. And so when we do that, if I add that up to the original equation, which is a positive 10y, right? If I just focus primarily, if I focus on this math here, whoops, can't do that. If I focus on that math there, the 10x or the 10y's will cancel, right? Those are y's. So by multiplying that second equation, I can eliminate the y terms, right? So this section is on elimination, but we're going to multiply by a number to cause something to cancel. So now when I add it up, I get 6x plus 2x equals 8x. What's 10 minus 10? And this is a y, not an x. 0y. So what's 0y plus 8x? It's just 8x. And 8x is equal to 32, but if I divide both sides by 8, right? So I'm going to multiply the second equation by 2 to eliminate the y terms and simplify the first equation to the new equation, add the, what, I'm sorry, I said these things, but we got to go back. Add to eliminate the variable y, then simplify, then divide both sides by 8. I'm sorry if that confused you. Is anybody confused by what I said it? We just didn't fill it out over here. So just to recap, I'm going to multiply each term in the second equation by 2 to get opposite coefficients for the y terms and simplify. Then I'm going to add the first equation with the new equation, add to eliminate the variable y, which we did, right? Then we're going to divide by 8. 8x divided by 8 is just x. Negative 32 divided by 8 is?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Now remember, our solution has an x and a y. So now that I know that x is equal to negative 4, what do you think we need to do? How about we substitute in negative 4 for x? So we take this first equation wherever there's an x and substitute in a negative 4. What is negative 4 times 2?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. So now to get y by itself, what's the first step? I've got to add 8 to both sides. So if I add 8 here and I add 8 over here, These cancel, and I'm left with 10y is equal to, what's 2 plus 8? 10, yeah. Well, you guys aren't answering the question. It equals 10, but then we got to divide both sides by 10, right? And then 10 divided by 10 is 1. So that means that my solution is x, comma, y, or negative 4, comma, 1. And then to check our answer algebraically, what we're going to do is we're going to substitute in a negative 4 for x and a positive 1 for y on the original equation. In other words, 2x is going to be 2 times negative 4 plus 10y plus 10 times 1. And we're going to see what that equals. It should equal 2. Or, well, it should equal 2 is what I'm saying. Not this 2, this 2. And same thing over here. I'm going to plug in a negative 4 for x and a 1 for y and see if it adds up. So what's 2 times negative 4? Negative 8. What's 10 minus 8? 2. What's 3 times negative 4? Negative 12, right? I'm just going to jot this down. What's negative 5 times negative 1? Negative 5. What do you get when you add those up? Yeah. And so that was this one here. So yeah, it works. The solution's correct. Any question? Let me zoom out so you guys could see that. Well, let me zoom in a little. You can't win. Okay. Any questions on that?